Guys, thanks for joining us today. I brought back my beautiful model Eliza here. You guys really liked her last time, so I wanted to bring her back and do a few more looks for you guys. So she's going to tell me what she wants and we're going to go from there.
Since it's already October, it's the fall season time, I've told Megan to give me a look with the red lips and something really fall-y. So we're going to go by a look inspired by Megan Fox today.
Alright. I'm starting off by priming her eyelid. I'm using Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm putting that all over the lid. Then I'm going to be using a few different MAC eyeshadows. I'm first using Arena, which is one of my favorites for this. Focusing, Eliza?
Yes.
Okay, that's Arena, and then I'm using, this is All That Glitters as well. This is All That Glitters. And then I'm also using Bamboo, which is a very, very light brown. And then we are using Texture. These are all by MAC in the crease. So all very neutral colors because, as you guys know, fall look is all about looking natural. So I'm first taking Arena and I'm putting that all over her eyelid. And then I'm taking All That Glitters, which is like a shinier version of Arena and has more silver pigment to it. I'm putting that all over her lid. And then I'm going to take some Bamboo on top just to take away some of that shine but leave behind that color that All That Glitters had. And then in the crease, we are just going to take Texture, which was that light brown. Like very, very lightly dust it into the crease, almost to where you can't really tell that you've defined a crease, but it's there. And then for the brow bone, I'm going to be using Shroom, which is this color right here by MAC. It's right here. For this, also, you don't want to use something too shiny and too light up here because you want it to look pretty natural. Not like you're wearing a highlight, but it just kind of all blends together because you really don't want the attention to be on the eyes for this look. It's more about the lips and face. So now, the most important part of the eye look is definitely eyeliner for all fall looks. I'm using Boot Black Eyeliner by MAC. It's just a liquid right here. It comes in this packaging. And we're going to wing it out. I've already prepped her face with primer and moisturizer, stuff like that, so we're going to get straight into the foundation in a little bit. Alright, then I'm going to go back over the black eyeliner with a pencil to make it a little bit more messy and natural looking. So I'm not going over the wing part, but just in this center area. Then you're going to take a flat brush like this, and we're just going to mess it up a little bit, make it look kind of natural and effortless. And you want that like liquidy look to be gone most of all. That's good. So we've still got the cat eye, but we've made it a little bit more messy, not as straight-laced with the liquid liner, because liquid liner always looks a little bit more formal, right? So you want it to look a little bit more casual. I'm going to go in with Rice Paper eyeshadow, which is one of my absolute favorites. It's right here. Just for the tear duct up your head. Open. And then we're going to line the bottom lash line in the waterline, but you're not going to go all the way in. You're just going to go 3/4 of the way. And then with a black eyeshadow of your choice, I'm using Carbon, which is also by MAC, right here. This one is Carbon by MAC right here. It's a black, flat looking color. And you're just going to take another pencil lining brush like this. I'm just going to add it right to the corner in the smallest amount. I'm just going to draw out a line, again making it a little bit messy, not so formal. And make sure it joins up here with your wing for the top lash line. Okay, this is my Graftobian makeup right here, and it's the 18 palette Warm. And I'm going to just mix a couple colors, probably around those two shades right here, and then those two down here. So we're going to kind of play around with those and see what ends up working out for her. So I'm concentrating the lighter colors up here. Okay. I'm also using this as concealer. This is a really, really great palette to use for concealer as well. You can just put on more if you want it to be a concealer and less if you want it to be a foundation. So we're concentrating the lighter colors on the areas that you want to brighten. Then we're going to take one shade darker and kind of go into this bottom jawline area. And then a darker color around the temples, and then a much darker color around the hairline. Don't you love how this looks?
Totally.
And we're going to create just a chiseled cheek, because that's very, very fall-like. So that's why I took a big line down there, and then we're going to take it through this area as well, and then a little bit right here for this cheekbone. Okay, and then we're going to just blend it all together. I like to use stippling brushes like this. This is by Samantha Chapman. It is a stippling brush, and I'm just blending all the colors into one another. Alright, and then since it's a fall look, we don't want her skin to glow. Of course it naturally glows, so that's great, but we're going to kind of take away that shine with some powders. So, I'm going to use my Graftobian makeup palette right here. This is also a powder palette. And we're going to grab a couple colors from here. I'm going to go with these two light colors right here in the middle. They are lighter than her skin color also, but that's fine for right now. Alright, so we've got that on. So for a fall look, you're really not going to wear that much blush. So we're going to do very, very little blush, almost where it looks just like a wash of color, but really nothing more. So for that, I'm going to start off with a bronzer. This is the Matte Bronze by MAC. I'm putting that all over her face, but I'm using this as a blush. So I've sculpted it on her cheekbones, like where we added the darker foundation, and we're just gonna lightly warm up her cheeks with it as well. You're basically going to cut this right on top of the darker foundation and then just kind of build it up into the actual cheek, to where it doesn't look much darker. It doesn't look like she's wearing a color that's all wrong for her. It's just like a very, very light wash of color from within. So then, for the lips, what we're going to do is we're doing a red lipstick. I'm not going to start off lining just because I feel like that's not really always necessary. So we're using MAC's Viva Glam 1. And we're going to put this on. I'm putting it on very rough at first, and we'll go with the lip brush and clean up all the edges a little wider. That's it. That's it. It looks so good on you, Lisa.
I just feel like because I'm so light.
And then I want to make the lipstick matte, so what we're going to do is just dust on some powder on top. I'm going to go back over that with very little more lipstick just to make it a little bit darker. But the matte effect is going to still stay. Okay, central. And then of course in the fall, your brows are so important. You want a really strong brow. So I'm just going to brush out her eyebrow hairs. I'm going to go back in with a pencil brush, and I'm using Espresso eyeshadow by MAC, which is a dark brown right here, and we're going to use that as the color for her eyebrows. I'm not changing the shape at all, we're just darkening it up. And she's done. I would do her mascara, but I'm not going to because we're going to film a few more looks, so that would get in the way. But I'm going to zoom you in even more so you can see the eyes and stuff like that. And that is the finished look.